here at the floor at CES, and I've got some great gaming news for you, including a brand new feature coming to Kinect Star Wars.
At CES, we are showing pod racing mode in 3D for the very first time. You're going to be able to play through the entire game of Kinect Star Wars in 3D. This is actually the same level that's in the movie. Episode 1 is coming out in 3D this spring. You're going to be able to play through the entire Jedi mode in 3D. In Jedi, you're using your full body to control a lightsaber. You're using the Force with your left hand. You're able to kick, you're able to jump, dodge, use your full body to really recreate the movements of a Jedi. When they decided to redo Episode 1, the movie, in 3D, we thought it'd be kind of a nice tie-in to what they're doing, because we do have the pod racing level that's very similar to what's in the movie, so it seemed like a nice tie. And plus, Star Wars is such a rich universe, I think everybody really wants to feel themselves being immersed in that world. Kinect lets them do that with their physical movements, and 3D, for people who have 3D TVs, actually just brings that experience a little bit closer.
Double Fine Happy Action Theater is a game that was made by the legendary designer Tim Schafer. It's a game that's playable by kids of all ages, as young as 2 or 3, all the way up to 103. The game is a collection of 18 different activities that take place in your living room using the magic of Kinect to turn your living room into a fantastical playground, whether it's a lava cave or an ice cave, or taking you underwater and filling your living room full of fish and all kinds of fun coral and animals. Or maybe we'll take you out to some distant planet and have you shooting aliens, or maybe dueling like wizards, making everyone disappear briefly and then coming back and doing it all over again. One of the exciting features of this game is that it's playable by up to 6 people. If you have a big enough living room, you can truly get yourself and all your friends into the action. You can even get the dog in there and play if you want. It's truly a great party game.
This is Kinect Rush, a Disney Pixar Adventure. This takes 5 different Pixar movies that people know and love and lets you explore all of those different worlds as a character in those movies. When you're Ratatouille, you're playing as a rat. There's a lot of physical movement where you're scrambling to move forward, but then there's a lot of thinking puzzles where you're kind of moving around and trying to figure out your way through the next part of the level, or to uncover a secret or something like that. And the great thing is, the team that's building it has worked very closely with Pixar, so they've been able to actually work with the designers and writers and people like that at Pixar and stay true to the world and actually explore some of the things that Pixar people wanted to do in the movies but may not have had the opportunity to.
Let me tell you a little bit about Alan Wake's American Nightmare. So it's a standalone spin-off experience. Now that means that anybody can jump on board, even people that have never played Alan Wake before. But sure, you know, the fans are still wanting more, so there's a huge amount of optional story content in there that takes Alan Wake's fiction further. And in addition to the story mode, we have an arcade action mode that we're calling Fight Till Dawn, which is set in these kind of spooky, deserted locations where the player needs to fight till dawn, and if he does survive, then he wins, but it's pretty damn difficult. In Alan Wake's American Nightmare, you'll have some of the classics that you enjoyed from the first game, like the flare gun, everybody loved that, and the hand flares and the flashbangs, but we got new stuff, like a crossbow. Now the crossbow can pierce the darkness without using light. There's a nail gun. Now the nail gun is absolutely awesome. That's my favorite weapon. The nails actually stick into the enemies, which is a lot of fun. We've got semi-automatic weapons, we've got Uzis, we've got stuff that you'd never expect, because this is Night Springs after all. Ton of stuff.
Nexus is an arena FPS at its core, and arena FPS, the genre is all about fast movement, moving fast, killing each other really quickly. It's the most competitive genre in FPS games because it's about pure accuracy and who's the best. You got to learn the levels, you got to learn the pickups, really figure out the weapons and how to use them to the best advantage. The biggest thing with Nexus, though, that has something new to the genre is the fact that we have this thing called dynamic mutators. Dynamic mutators are called into the match, and they basically change the rules of the match on the fly. So you got things like low gravity being called in that changes the gravity on the map on the fly for a short period of time. It changes so much of the match, and just in ridiculous ways. You got rapid fire, you got super weapons, you got uber, you got jetpacks, you got just tons of different things you can be doing in the game at any time. So you'll never play the same match once.
Warp is a downloadable game that's going to be available for Xbox Live Arcade. It's going to be part of Microsoft's House Party promotion. It's a sci-fi stealth action puzzle game where gamers get to control Zero, who's the protagonist. He's a little orange alien. He's kind of cute, kind of pudgy, but he's got a few deadly tricks up his sleeve. The first of which is his ability to warp, which is a teleportation across short distances. And you can use that in the game to travel short distances through walls, into objects, and even into people. And you can frag them, which is his ability to sort of shake them up from inside and kill whoever he wants to. So it's really intuitive, it's challenging, and it's intellectual gameplay on top of being a lot of action and a lot of fun.
I Am Alive is a third-person action-adventure survival set in a post-apocalyptic setting with a mature and realistic tone. The objective of the main character is to find his family, and basically he will arrive in his city after 1 year of absence, after a major disaster has changed the face of the earth, and he's going to discover a very changed and very dangerous place. The idea was to create a new take on the survival genre. Survival games have been around for a long time. It's part of the most ancient games in 3D. We wanted something really gritty about man versus man in a tough context, and man versus environment also.
And that's a look at some of the great games coming to Xbox 360 in the coming months. I'm Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson. Thanks for watching Inside Xbox.